I was going to call you, and but I was very, very disappointed when I went and picked up this car. It's not at all what was explained to me. This is probably another case of restoration rescue. It wasn't really going the way that the guy had planned. This car was in no way, shape, or form ready for primer, but it's been primed. If you take a look inside, it's been edged. You can go up through the floor here. There's no gas tank in it. But I mean, the paint is all dull, and it's just not what he's expecting the car to be. This inner trunk floor here, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's a lot neater than what was explained, and the level that he wants to take this car to, even little things like this are just simply not going to be acceptable. The way that's all bent like that, all that's got to be straightened out. So what my guess is, it's all new leaf springs, all new Ford 9-inch, all that kind, all new front end suspension stuff. It looks to me like a body shop did some work to show some work to get another check, not necessarily in the order that it needed to be done. This is a true K-code car. We've got a date correct engine for it. This car will be a static display is basically what he's going to do. Yes, it'll run and drive, but no, he's not going to run and drive. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
In the back?
Yeah. There's no way this car. So it's definitely not the car it was described to be. That's the only reason I took the project, is because of the way it was described. It just if you don't do this for a living, it's really hard for you to say at what stage a car is at. If you're going to another shop that's working on your car and you can say, oh yeah, it's all ready for paint. My version all ready for paint, and apparently a lot of other people's version of ready to paint are two entirely different things. We'll get that car right. That's long term. That car's going to be here for a while. We're not working on it yet. We're not putting it in front of anybody. He just wanted to get it out of the shop that it was at, and I can see why. So we'll keep you updated on it. Thanks. Okay.
I'm just turning off a bunch of stuff and just go through and turn off a bunch of stuff, and then see if it'll let me save it, and that's when it'll request for me to have a license key, and we'll have to get a license key.
Okay. Well, what we're doing, this is Joe Davis. He's got an HP tuner, and we're trying to figure out why the truck don't start. And we know because the computer already told us that the VATS is enabled, so we've got to see if we can disable it, and we get to pay HP for that, which is fine. I just want my truck to run, and then we can go through with his tuner and do all kinds of stuff. Now Joe's got a little S10, LS powered S10, and we're going to link a video to you so you can see what he's built. And then when we get my F-150 ready to go, we're going to have him come over and do wizardry on that. So I got an aluminum LS. The truck's got a 351 Cleveland in it right now. It's an 03, but I don't want to grenade that Cleveland all over anywhere. I'd rather blow up an LS and go buy another one.
Yeah, the Clevelands are probably getting hard to come by.
Yeah, they're getting real hard to come by. But if anybody can make this truck start, it's I know it's a lot of pressure there, a lot of pressure. But at least he's been able to get into the computer, and we'll be able to find out what's going on. But for now, take a look at a couple of videos of Joe. Okay, here we are back in front of the Wheeler's 68 Mustang convertible. The Stig worked on it again today. If you look over here, we put a front apron in it because it was all rotted right here from, that's where your battery goes. It was all rotted right there, and the previous body shop that worked on this car scabbed in a really ugly patch. So instead of trying to repair, yeah, it's I think it's behind the car. We had this apron here, so we went ahead and put that in, and he started lining up body panels. Here's the old apron. You can see the patch underneath, and show them what it looked like from the top. Just as ugly from the top. So,
and it's still rusty, you know.
Yeah. So started getting his gaps correct, and trying the fenders on it, and one door over here we put on it. The body was referenced when the doors were put on it, but they were referenced with old hinges, and then new hinges were purchased for the car. So the references for those hinges are worthless. So we started over again. Now, this guy worked on $300,000 Mustangs, and he did all the body gaps on $300,000 carbon fiber cars with a paint stick for your body gaps. The whole car was gapped with paint sticks. This is not a $300,000 car, but it's getting gapped with paint sticks, which is how you do it. It's the right thickness. So he worked on that, got that all welded in today, and started doing the body, started fitting this door, and he's going to do the other door tomorrow. And then you saw yet another Mustang that we brought in earlier. But the big news of the day is El Blanco Grande has an ignition issue. It simply because of the hodgepodge of wiring and whatnot that we did to it. Right now we're going through a reprogramming sequence on the body control module. Maybe it'll start, maybe it won't start, but we'll get it figured out. We're not done yet. You saw Joe Davis over here with his HP tuner. We took the VATs out, the anti-theft, all that, got all that out of the way, and deprogrammed from that computer, and still no start. We've got no spark, and I know everybody's going to have a million reasons why it has no spark, but there's one reason: science. So kind of dead in the water right now. What we're going to do is finish. I got the hood ready to paint. The doors I jammed inside last night. We're going to get it all put together, interior in it and everything. Matt worked so hard on it that he went full cripple today. Yep. So you just pick that one leg up so you cross it over the other one. That's what you got to do to cross it. See? He's full on. Full on. But anyhow, that's it. Another long day. No good news on the dually. This is cool. This is coming along great. The car that I picked up today, you saw that not quite so great. But it's just one of those days. So you got to see us working today. You got to meet some new people. Matt is crippled now, but he probably legs will grow back. He'll work tomorrow.
Just like in dudes on Men in Black.
That's right. Yep. But that's it. That's our update for today. What we got going on, what we did, whose car we're working on, and so forth. We're picking up a little bit of steam right now, so hopefully that continues. We'll talk to you tomorrow.